I'm Katrina. Yes, I am drinking pineapple juice out of a wine glass. Thank you for asking. Cheers to your journey on enjoying your own company. Let's begin. I want to ask you something. When is the last time that you went out on your own and truly felt comfortable doing so? Can you remember a time? How would you feel if somebody told you that right now you needed to go to a public place and just sit there for 30 minutes, no looking at your phone, nothing, just you in the moment?
Ew!
Did I mention it would be in public?
Ew!
Could you do it? If you would be squirming in your boots and you'd rather do anything else but that, then you've come to the right video. You may be thinking, what's the big deal? Nobody feels comfortable on their own. It's kind of like those cliff scenarios. Just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that it's the right thing or it's how you should be feeling. So in the following video, I am going to be giving you the 7 key steps to feeling okay being alone. Actually, feeling more than okay. Dare I say, enjoying your own company. If that sounds like something that you want to be able to do in your life, please keep watching. Tip number 1. The other day I was driving and I started to think about this concept that people talk about called investing in yourself. And I was thinking about how do I invest in myself? And often I would think of investing in yourself as being a positive connotation. So for many years, I always thought that, well, I'm not investing in myself because I don't have the resources or I don't have the money. And so whatever to investing in yourself, right? And then I realized, hold up, no, we're always investing in ourselves. But it's a question of what self are you investing in? Have you been investing in self-hatred, self-pity, self-doubt? Or have you been investing in self-love, self-esteem, and self-worth? Whichever of those you are feeding into, you are going to be feeling in the morning when you wake up and at night before you go to bed. So if on a daily basis, whether you're conscious of it or not, you're always investing into your self-pity and self-doubt. Oh, I could never do that. I don't have the means to do that. I'm not good enough for that. What you're choosing to invest in is actually the reason many of us don't want to be alone. We aren't comfortable alone. If there was a person that was the physical representation of all your thoughts and they would say those things to you, guarantee you they wouldn't have any friends, and that is the person that your thoughts are representing. Heck, I wouldn't want to sit with somebody that was always telling me how much I'm not worth what I want, or how ugly I am, or how annoying I am. Who would want to sit with somebody that's constantly telling you that? Why would I want to sit with my own thoughts when they're constantly teaching me how much I don't like myself or how much I'm not worth it? Hello? Is it any wonder why you don't want to sit with your own thoughts or be by yourself? So the first thing that I need you to do, my friend, is start investing in self-confidence. That is step number 1. And I know it sounds so cliche, but hey, you want to feel comfortable alone, right? So the cliches are the way to go sometimes. And so how does one start to invest in self-confidence? I don't know about you, but it's so easy to start falling into negative self-talk the first thing you do in the morning. I highly encourage you to give yourself a positive affirmation. If you're not a super creative person, there's this great app called I Am Positive Affirmations. I'll put a link in the description box where you can choose from a number of categories to get an I am statement for the day. For example, today was I am present. And so I take that affirmation and I bring it throughout my day and I tell myself that. If I start to think a negative thing like, oh, I am insert negative statement here, then I'm gonna combat it with, no, I am present. It's always something positive. So starting with those affirmations in the day can really make all the difference, and you bring it throughout your day and remind yourself of it. It will become habitual and you won't even have to think about it anymore. If positive affirmations aren't really your thing, then you could always just get yourself a little thing of positive quotes to start your morning. So for example, I got this little thing from Target, and you switch it out and there's like a bunch of cards, double-sided, of encouraging quotes. You could always go that route as well. And again, in the beginning, it's gonna feel a little bit fake. And so that brings me to my next step. Step number 2 is fake it until you make it.
We are all performers. So if you communicate being at ease, secure, you will believe that you are just that. And the other way around.
When I started my journey on trying to enjoy being alone and being comfortable being alone, do you think that I felt comfortable walking through the mall by myself without looking down at my phone? I didn't. It was not easy, but I pretended that I did. I walked with the confidence that I was okay with the fact that no one was texting me, so why would I pretend that they were? No one was calling me. That was me in the past. I literally used to pretend to be on the phone so that I would feel less alone or not feel like I was being perceived as a loser or a loner. So in the beginning, I faked being okay, not being on my phone. And eventually, now I'm at a place where I don't have to fake it. I'm not on my phone when I walk through the mall, if I go eat alone, if I'm out in a public space. I don't rely on it anymore because I feel fine not to. I don't have any reason to be on my phone, so I'm not gonna force it. I recently went to this self-love conference, and there was this inspirational speaker there by the name of Brianna, and she was talking about how she'd come from a place of deep self-hatred, and when working towards a place of self-love, she would engage in positive self-talk all the time, and at first it felt phony. And when she said that, I really related to that, because even as I'm telling you these things, do not think I'm the expert. I'm learning from saying these things out loud as well. I'm still at a place where it feels pretty phony for me to say that, hey, I love myself. Like, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. But there's power in our words, and there's power behind, the positive and negative connotations of words. Well, she was speaking and talking about how it felt phony for a while, but she just kept with it, and then eventually it turns to authentic at some point. That really stuck with me, and so I think that's very important, and that's why I made it step 2. A lot of the time, the person that we strive to be is not so far out of reach. We just need to say the things that we want to feel. I want to feel like I love myself. I want to feel like I'm beautiful. And I'm sure that you do too. So say those things to yourself. Tell yourself that's what you are. Tell yourself you're worth that job. Tell yourself that you're worth that friendship, that you're worth being in the room. And no, maybe you won't believe it at first, but we fake it until we make it. Feel phony for a minute, but hey, it is a daily practice, and authenticity will come with time. Okay, step number 3, and this is my absolute favorite step, that is, you need to take yourself on a date. I remember when I was watching this TV show, and the woman was like, I took myself on a date. And I was like, now that is a concept that I want to get with. Who doesn't want to be romanced? Who doesn't want to go on a date every now and again? No significant other? No problem. Because guess who's getting dinner for one tonight? You are. And you're gonna love it. Romance yourself. Remind yourself why you care. We want to hear this from others so much, but first, you need to believe it coming from yourself, or else you're never going to believe it coming from somebody else. Why are we always so focused on loving somebody else when we can't love ourselves? I think it's a huge issue. So if you need some date ideas, you've come to the right girl, because let me tell you, I go to the zoo by myself. I go to Disneyland by myself, and actually currently I am on a vacation by myself. I am at a resort alone, and I am enjoying every minute of it. I bought myself flowers, I'm making myself those nice microwavable Trader Joe's meals, and sitting in bed and eating tubs of ice cream because I can, and because I want to treat myself, and I need the time. Taking yourself on a date is such a valuable time. It's kind of like going to the gym. You're never gonna regret going to the gym. Same as you're never going to regret investing in yourself. I have a lot of friends that ask me, Katrina, how do you feel comfortable like shopping by yourself and doing those kinds of things? It's been, a few years of me practicing just being okay, because I don't want to be the person who is out and thinking all the time, oh my gosh, what if this person sees me alone? What if like I do something stupid? Or, I mean, that's debilitating and nobody should have to live like that. So you want to be comfortable alone? Start taking yourself out alone. Start with something easy, like just a walk. And again, bring the previous steps into practice. Bring those positive affirmations, because once you're out on your own and you're just letting yourself be, you know that negative self-talk is going to come back. So make sure you're saying affirmations. Make sure that you're faking how you want to feel, even if it doesn't feel real, even if it feels phony, or else you're going to be saying no to date number 2 with yourself. So make sure that after the date, you can confidently tell yourself, yes, I would like to go out with you. My 4th step is about pampering, and specifically creating a self-love kind of morning routine or a night routine. You don't need to like make sure you have a morning and night routine set. I'm saying that on purpose. Pick one to start because it's a hard habit to build, and make sure that it involves your favorite lotions and your favorite face masks or what have you. And a morning routine, for example, for me, I don't feel good about myself and I feel like I've had a bad day if I don't pray. So I put that in my morning routine. Put the things in your morning routine that you go to sleep every night thinking, dang, I didn't do it again, dang, I didn't do it again, and you get on top of yourself. Stop living in agony over the things that you aren't doing and add it to your little routine so that you can be kinder to yourself and say, check that off the list. Do a workout. If you don't want to do a whole workout, go for a 5-minute walk. Wash your face, brush your teeth, floss your teeth. You know you get on yourself for not flossing, and you know if you don't, the dentist will. Why not add that into your routine so that you can feel more successful? Make your bed. Those are some like morning routine examples. Night routine examples. Do a little stretch before bed. Read one chapter of a book. I know so many of us are like, I need to read more. I have all these books. One chapter before bed really isn't that bad. And also it definitely beats screen time or TV time. These are all things that help you to feel more comfortable being alone because you're doing it on your own. Set those routines for yourself, and pro tip, be kind to you if they fall through. I love watching YouTubers, my morning routine, my night routine, and I always wonder, do you do this every day? Like, do you actually? It's so hard to stick to a routine. And need not I say how much change has been happening in this year. So forget about it. Things change on a daily basis. It's okay if your routine doesn't fall through. Hey, if you even get your routine done how you want it once a week, bravo to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am below average. Below average.
And maybe next week aim for twice. And if you don't do it at all, that's okay. You can try again the next week. You have plenty of time. Step 5, I call this music at the grocery store. I personally love to go to the grocery store and plug in my AirPods and listen to whatever is floating my boat that day. And it's almost like a therapeutic experience. This doesn't need to be music at the grocery store. It could be music while doing the dishes, music while doing chores, something that's kind of a mundane activity, but you're still moving through it. I think a lot of the time, if you're not comfortable with yourself, then it's probably because of the negative self-talk that's coming nonstop from within you. So plug in some music to quiet it down for a minute. Just be present with what's going on in your head, and then also have an activity going on outside of you. I say grocery because you're getting what you need to get done. You can get excited about some foods for yourself or new dishwasher soap or whatever it is that you're getting. It's just all creating like a positive environment, because with all these steps that I'm giving you, we want to create a positive experience with everything so that as you continue to practice it on the daily, remember it's a daily practice, soon enough, because it's connected to so many positive things, it's not gonna feel scary anymore. You're not gonna be anxious about it. It's gonna feel good. You're gonna look forward to it. That's what we wanna do here so that you can start to feel comfortable on your own. So step 6 is Simply look in the mirror and smile. As someone who has their BA in psychology, if you haven't, you've probably heard this before too, or if you've taken any basic psychology class, simply the act of smiling tells our brain that everything is good, something's all right, we can smile, we can laugh. So they say to just smile in the mirror if you're going through something tough, and it doesn't even need to be if you're going through something tough. How often do you just smile at yourself? Is that weird? Like I try to do that more because I want to associate myself with being a reason to smile. So I'll look in the mirror and just flash a toothy grin every now and again, because again, we're creating positive associations when it comes to ourselves, because you're not going to be comfortable with you if you find yourself uncomfortable. Basically. And lastly, I'm definitely speaking for myself too when I say this. So again, don't think I'm above these steps. I'm quite below them, but these are the steps that I have come up with for myself, and I hope that it will help you. So my last step is reduce social media and streaming reliance. That is my Achilles heel. I've recognized that I use TV and movies as a way to drown out my negative self-talk. So I've probably seen so many movies and so many TV shows, like a couple lifetimes worth, because I'm always like, I can't have silence. I'm not comfortable with silence. So I put that on in the background. And if you can relate, it might be because maybe you're not so uncomfortable with silence, but you're uncomfortable with the fact that in the silence, you start to say mean things to yourself. Yikes, right? So start being comfortable in the silence and stop the negative self-talk. Have a no social media day. I've been through a no social media week, several technology fasts. Do something like that, and instead use your time productively. Invest some time into a business that you've been wanting to do, or read those books that we were talking about that you've been wanting to read. Sit in the mirror and smile. Put on some cute clothes and feel good. Do your makeup, write some poetry, write in your journal, make some music, do something. And do it with yourself. Do it alone. These are all great ways to feel comfortable. And I think a lot of the time we just rely on our phones too much to be our saviors.
When someone tries to take away my phone, I get so tense. I will resist. I will yell and I will scream.
But at the end of the day, your phone, what's it gonna do for you? It's a fake reality. You are the reality. So love you, be with you, spend time with you, ask yourself questions, write about you, do whatever it takes to get to a place where you are no longer afraid of you or uncomfortable with you. So I hope that you have enjoyed these 7 steps, and remember, it is a daily practice, and it's okay if one day you can't do any of them. It's okay if for several days you can't do any of them. But I don't want you to beat yourself up thinking all the time, oh, I didn't do it. No, counteract that with a positive affirmation, with positive self-talk. That is the main thing here. If you want to be comfortable with yourself, you have to stop being so unkind to yourself. As you can see, that's been the theme. Please comment down below what step was your favorite, or which one you need to work on, or any other steps that you have or tips you want to share on how you're comfortable being alone so that others can benefit from those. I hope that you're having a great time wherever you may be, and I hope that you'll see me again in a video soon. And I'm gonna high five myself because I had some negative self-talk about making this video, and I'm glad I actually did it. Hopefully I posted.